live with another episode of Comic Talk. It's that show brought to you by The Key, where we talk about this week's new comic book releases, whether they're DC Comics, Marvel Comics, or indie comics. All comics come out every single Wednesday at your local comic shop, and we are here 24 hours after comics drop every single week to talk about everything that we could read in like 24 hours every Thursday night, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern on youtube.com/The Keeg Show. I'm your host, Dimithri Perera. And yes, if you're watching us live, you're watching us on youtube.com/The Keeg Show, or maybe you're listening to the podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, etc., wherever you get your podcasts from. But no matter where you are watching us or listening to us, digesting us, like, comment, subscribe, follow, write a review. Let us know you're out there. If you're watching this show right now, hop in the chat. Hop in the YouTube chat. If you're on YouTube right now, hop in the chat. Let us know you're out there. Let us know what comics you read this week or what comics you like. We're here to talk about everything that we could read. It's not just me. As you guys know in this show, it's not just me. We also got the return of Aaron Rhodes, a.k.a. King Krakoa. You're muted, dude.
I am. I messed it up. It was so perfect. Hey, what's going on, everybody? How you doing?
Welcome back. I mean, Aaron, you're doing great.
Thank you.
Mic difficulties,
well.
Aaron,
Right.
I'm glad to have you back.
All right. Always nice to be back,
Also back, we got Deanna Kinney, aka Deanna Kinney, aka Deanna.Kinney.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah. Coming at us live from the future.
Yes, 2 a.m. guys. You always do the intro so flawlessly. I'm always amazed.
You'd be surprised. It's years of practice. How long has Comic Talk been around? We were figuring it out March 2021. So it's pretty much 5 years. I don't know when the anniversary is, but it's pretty much 5 years now. So, it's changed a little bit. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if this is. I don't think this is the anniversary.
It's
episode.
around the
I'm sure I
time,
could track it down, but for anyone out there who is watching us live, I've updated the background. So if you're watching us on YouTube, you can see our new little background. It's just little changes here and there. It made us a little bit bigger. So you got that to look forward to. We got someone in our chat, Ashwan231 Comics. Says, hello, watching from the UK. Excited to see what you all have. Nice. Yes.
Hey, what's going on?
Welcome, Ashwan231 Comics.
Well, it's 1 a.m., man.
Oh, because they're 1 hour behind you?
Yeah.
Because, yes.
He's up and bored and with nothing to do, and that's where we thrive,
Yeah.
And he loves comics,
This is good YouTube/comic time. So, we all read a bunch of comics with, DC Comics, Marvel Comics, indie comics, whatever. So let's go through our lists and say what we did read. Obviously, it's impossible to read everything that came out, but we get a good swath of comics that we read. So that's how this show works. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first this time.
Okay.
Let's go Wildcats.
Let's go Wildcats. Get your head in the game.
If I didn't know you guys were talking about High School Musical, I would have been like, oh, big Justice Society of America fans. Yeah, Ted Grant, Wildcat.
Oh, yeah, you love Ted Grant like I do. Oh, no. Yeah, but unfortunately,
we're talking about the true Wildcats, Troy Bolton.
Troy Bolton and his amazing, fearless basketball team, the Wildcats.
Okay. Well, I'll let you go through your list.
When we get together, we're just gonna watch High School Musical
you guys are more than welcome to get together on your own time, not on company time.
Going to watch
company time. We don't even get paid.
Right? We don't
even get company time.
This is an internship. Right? It's where we're all interning. We're all interning here. Do we even get college credit? I don't know, but
I love that.
Friendship and love.
That's what
That's it.
That actually sounds more like a cult. So either way, we're interning at a cult.
We're in a good sweet spot.
Yeah.
Join the
Yeah.
geek cult.
You know, but my list for this week is going to be it starts with Absolute Flash to number 14, DCKO number 5, X-Men Annual number 1, X-Men number 26, sorry, Avengers 36, Batman and Static Shock Beyond number 4, Moonstar number 1, and Iceman Omega number 1.
Very nice. I should also mention that Absolute Flash is issue 12, not 14.
12, that's what I meant. I'm sorry about that. Yeah.
People out there are like, oh, dang, this guy's so cool.
What?
He gets early releases.
This guy's getting the hookup? What?
And he's going to tell us what happens 2 months from now? Cool.
Right.
Alright.
I'm gonna blow your mind,
Yeah,
guys.
you're the one in the future.
Right? It's year 2, things get crazy.
Quick, without even talking about that issue, Aaron, give us just one sentence of what happens in the future of Absolute Flash in issue 14. Give us one sentence. Just make up something.
He runs really fast.
He runs really fast. Him and Grodd are the best of teams, but there may be something that's stirring. So the Rogue is a new Justice League? Question mark? Who knows? You know?
Okay. You make it sound like it's like a romance between him and Grodd, but okay.
It's a bromance. It's
Yeah. We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it. We'll get into it.
Deanna, do you want to go or you want me to go?
I'll go.
Okay.
I got Batman issue 6, DCKO issue 5, Batman Green Arrow, The Question Arcadia issue 3, Moonstar issue 1. That was a bit of a skim read, I'm gonna be honest. Then we got Absolute Superman issue 17, Absolute Flash issue 12, and last but not least by Dynamite, Gaston issue 1.
Very nice.
I almost read that one.
By the way, even for you, I think the first thing that you said, Batman was issue 7.
Oh, oops.
Reading the future.
People listening to the show, they're like, huh.
These guys are idiots.
They either don't know what numbers are, or they're just like, they got both past and present comics. Okay.
Math class never was good.
Right.
It's one number.
Right.
It's
Look,
hard.
I have 12 from 14, guys. Let me know if you really want the real scoop.
My list for this week. There were a couple that I wish I read that didn't make the list. So, shout out to all the comics I left behind. DCKO 5, X-Men Annual 2026, X-Men issue 26, Avengers 36, Moonstar number 1. For the most part, I almost finished it. Batman 7, Absolute Superman 17, Absolute Flash 12, JSA 17, and almost finished Amazing Spider-Man 23. So, I mean, there were other books. There was a new Twilight Zone issue that I wanted to read because I like Twilight Zone, but I didn't get a chance. We do the best we can with reading everything that we can in like 24 hours. So,
and we also got jobs, by the way.
Right.
We also have jobs.
Real life
and
is
in
also
this
hard.
internship,
we try to get in as much as we can.
This is a rough internship to have when you have a job. I'll say that.
That's true.
But okay, all right. So, who wants to talk about their pick of the week first?
Ooh, I'll do my pick of the week. This one wasn't what I was expecting to be my pick of the week. That's why I did it. Moonstar number 1. That one actually ended up being a really good issue of Danny Moonstar. It basically follows up from Magic in her solo series. I didn't get to finish that, so now I'm very excited to finish that now because I love Magic as well. But yeah, it just finishes off from her coming from this like magical society that stops these apocalyptic events or like world-ending events, and then she finds out they're corrupt apparently. But then she's kind of coming back home, trying to figure out what her place is in this time, after coming from the Krakoa and also this like society that she kind of put her all into and seeing trying to see the best in people. and thinking if that's really a good thing to do. And just like going into like I love when we get to see more of Danny's Valkyrie lore, and her use more of her like Valkyrie powers. But like we see her old compatriots from this old society come back and like try to stop because this whole thing from Thor, Immortal Thor 25, as it's mentioned in there, that everyone's forgot about Asgardians, even Thor. So like, and she's literally one of the only people who remember it. So now she's kind of the conduit of this whole thing of trying to. I think it's probably going to be the conduit of like remembering what Asgard was and what that the what is it what's it I'm trying to think the the lower the Asgardian mythology of that is the Norse mythology of it is. But it was a really good little like solo series for her. I was like very curious like when they like made her like the give her like a solo book, but this actually ended up being a good little book for her to like jump out and really like show her being an actual leader of the X-Men, and like not even without being an X-Men, but like really showing her being a leader, and also like having her showing that she's not just like a one note thing, like she's not just like of the New Mutants, but she's also like working her Valkyrie power, or like using the Valkyrie like knowledge that she knows
Hmm.
and trying to cross that bridge. It was really good.
I didn't
Sorry, it
get
was a
to
really good book, guys.
I didn't get to finish this. I like Moonstar as a character.
Yeah,
But I'm used to Moonstar being a new mutant and being like a
yeah,
member of a team. To the
mhm.
point where this issue starts off and you see her parents, and I was like, I never realized that Danny Moonstar's parents were alive. I just assumed
Me
I
too.
assumed all the new
Same.
I assumed all the new mutants' parents were dead. Like I just
Right. I assume they're all were orphans. I knew that
or
like the demon
bigots.
bear
They're
thing
one or
is
the
that
other. They're
that
either like
that
dead or they like hate mutants and like, oh, the
right.
kids can't go back home, you know?
Exactly. I definitely thought that too. And then when she was like, "Oh, but I come back to my parents," I was like, "Oh, they must have left her in the state." And then they were like, and then I saw them. I was like, "Mom,
Yeah, they
Dad,
seem
what?"
nice.
Yeah, I was like, "Those seem like nice parents." And like I remember there was a whole thing with the demon bear, but I thought like she just like let their souls go on to the afterlife. But I mean, hey, I love that one of them has like a stable house to come home to. You know,
Yeah.
that's always a nice thing to have, I guess. And like, and they're also like, I like that her dad, like, you can see that she's more of a daddy's girl, like, especially with like him believing in her more of like what was going on with the Asgardian thing when everybody else forgets, and like her mom, you see, even her mom doesn't really believe her, and but like he indulges her and supports her and like fall and like also like pushes her to go out and help her friends, well, the people who ask her for help.
Yeah. Um Deanna, did you read this one?
Kind of a skim read because
Yeah.
I really liked her relationship with Magic. Like,
Yes,
yes,
me
it was,
too.
it
I
was
love it.
so I was kind of surprised that she got a solo series,
Same,
but
Yeah.
I'm not
same.
complaining.
Yeah.
Like,
The
I
art
love
is
her.
really good too. It's like a cutesy
Yeah,
kind of art. But it,
yeah.
you know, um I feel like in X-Men comics they're trying to kind of like get things back in order again. That's what I feel.
Mhm,
I feel like after
Mm,
Age of
mhm.
Revelation with Shadows of
Yeah,
Tomorrow, they're finally like, I'm sure, and again, I don't blame the writers, um, but I feel like the same writers, but writers
yeah.
now are able to do what they want to do as opposed to previous, like maybe they had to like spin their
Right.
wheels for a little bit, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like I feel like during the pandemic, they probably had more time to like really plan it out and like flesh out the X-Men in a way they never did. And really coming off of like the high that they were in a plateau, like really like they were kind of like the biggest thing that of Marvel comics, at least, that like it was coming out. Like, and that people were actively talking about. Like they had like the Hellfire Gala alone, right? Like it changed, like even to the point where Comic Con had a whole event with it.
Yeah.
So like it's it's one of those things where like where you go from here, and I'm very. I hope they come up with a. I hope that they like this the shadows of tomorrow start like yielding good results. But it seems to be like for the most part it's starting to like seem like it's getting good little like play with it, especially with giving the X-Men like solos, because
Yeah.
we don't really get a lot of that. Like and it's really hard really with X-Men characters to give them a solo series. So I'm interested to see how they like go about fleshing out all of them with these. Well, whoever gets a solo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Um, Deanna, what's your pick of the week?
My favorite read of the week was Absolute Superman issue 17. So we kind of pick up from the last issue where we have this conflict between Superman and Hawkman and how they go about certain issues and events. And there's like a giant purple monster attacking Metropolis, which I still don't know exactly what it is, but it kind of makes you like it pulls you in and then you see your biggest fears.
Yeah.
And of course, Superman with the power of hope and friendship saves the
Of
day.
course,
Yeah.
it's a Care Bear. I love it.
But
Um,
like, and this monster was created because Talia al Ghul wanted to save her father from prison, but he's kind of hesitant about it, but he still goes in the end.
yeah. The purple monster is Parasite,
Oh, okay.
but
Thank
it's
you.
Parasite. Did you read this one, Aaron?
No, but as soon as she was describing it, Deanna,
Yeah.
I was like, this reminds me of a villain of his,
Yeah.
but I was like, I can't put my finger on it.
Well,
Thank
in the
you.
first couple pages, it's kind of gooey like a symbiote.
Yeah,
So it kind
yeah.
of it's like Venom, but like purple. But when you like a couple pages later, it's this huge monster that anytime it absorbs someone, it becomes bigger, and then it like links
Mm.
up. I mean, but what was kind of scary in the beginning, and I wasn't sure whether he was gonna die. There's like a shot of Jimmy Olsen being like his
You're stuck in
his
there.
face is being like
Pulled
invaded
out.
by like tendrils, and he's like, kill me, is what he says. But then
Jimmy
you
O.
realize what happens is the parasite is putting, and parasite's not like a human being, it's like an alien monster is what they say
Mm.
later. um that it's absorbed, like it's feeding off the fear of people, quote unquote, like a parasite, right? So like that's how you know, oh, it's parasite. So that makes me think it's not only just Parasite, it's also almost like the Black Mercy. You know the Black Mercy from
Oh
Superman?
yeah.
But the Black Mercy gives you your dreams, right? Like it
Right.
go bonds with your chest, and it also has like
Right. Shows you
purple
your.
like stems or
It
whatever,
does kind of.
you know? But in this, it shows you your nightmares.
Mm.
Which I think actually in normal mainstream DC, I think there is an offshoot of the Black Mercy that shows you nightmares also. I think.
Yeah, I wasn't too sure because it was like created by
Yeah.
Talia, so I was
Well,
like,
I don't know whether it
I
was
don't.
created, it was let loose, right?
Yeah, true, true.
It seems like in the Superman movie when Lex like releases the little kaiju, which I assume he made, but like remember he releases the small baby monster and then the monster grows?
Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, dude, it's 2 a.m.
Yeah.
I remember that. I don't know why it took me so long to get
Yeah.
Yeah, I
to
was like,
just like forget. It's like what?
I
And then
still
I
feel
remember the
bad.
van.
I still feel bad for that kaiju.
It did.
he was so
Yeah,
cute when
He
he
was
was
it
little.
cute.
was. It was a little cute little.
And even when he was big, he was just like a rampaging monster. I don't know whether he deserved
Yeah,
to
he
have his
didn't know any
insides
better.
blown up. But
Kind of right.
you know.
I
Um
mean, he still maybe killed people.
but
I mean,
accidentally.
technically, yeah.
But like
Yeah,
Right.
but even if you do something on
But
accident, you still
monster's still a
get
you
monster.
still
You
deserve to
know.
get like murdered.
no, no, not that, but like by the law, you still have to.
You still. It's still a.
Well, in the Superman movie, Superman was like we could have like gotten him somewhere safe and then like dealt with him or whatever. But like the Justice Buddies or whatever they're called, they're like, oh, we'll just blow
Justice
him up from the
Gang.
inside. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Manslaughter
but
at
like
best. You know?
then the problem's gone, you know? We don't.
Just put
Uh,
him on an island somewhere. He'll be
I
okay,
need a
you
good,
know?
proper Justice
What
League in
island?
those
What if he can
movies.
swim?
Oh, that's all. Oh, damn, why you said that?
Yeah, but
Like,
like Superman could have like
okay.
frozen him and then dealt
But
with
it's
him.
but it's
Like,
like way worse to get frozen and then die.
are you saying like euthanasia? Is that what you're trying to say? You're trying to say like put him down
I
like
mean,
an animal?
if there is no other
If there's no other
solution,
solution, but they didn't explore the
I can
solution.
see that. Yeah, they didn't. Like, I feel like we could have
But
put
like
him
it's
on an island,
thousands
like,
of people, one giant monster.
yeah, that just likes to rampage.
Do you guys
Like,
feel
I
this
would
way
give it
about
like,
Godzilla and King Kong too?
okay, but like,
Yeah?
a
Just
little bit.
just
Like,
blow them up from the
honestly,
inside?
like I did until like Godzilla like ended up like helping us, and I was like, okay, well, I guess like we should keep him around for a little bit. But then I was like, what if he was like, nah, I don't really
I don't want
fuck
to do
with
this
it.
anymore.
Right? Like, what if he's like, nah, y'all really like taking advantage of me because like just 5 minutes ago y'all was trying to like blow up stuff, you know? But
That's
Look,
what
like
I'm
that,
saying.
look,
yeah.
before we move on, all I gotta say is this is kind of like the earthworm question where, you know, the whole thing is like, if your girlfriend asks you if I was an earthworm, would you still love me? Here's the thing.
No.
If I ever became like
Yes,
a
I love you.
if I ever became a kaiju, now I know that you guys would just like you would blow me up
I
from the
mean,
inside. That's what you would do.
no,
No,
not at
I mean,
first.
if you are hurting other
Like,
people, yes.
not
accidentally, but you guys
not
hurt
at
ants all the
first.
time.
I would at least like try to find a solution. You see, I already tried to give you an island. You know, I'm trying to give you
Thanks.
an island to stay on. I will come and visit you. You
But
know,
how do you want to do this if you are human
but
and your friend
if you're just
suddenly
gonna keep,
turns into a giant monster?
yeah,
Like, I can do nothing about that.
I'm
But
I'm
you
gonna try
can
to
if you're
do it quick like
Superman.
that.
If
I'm
you're a
not
Touche.
superhero,
Superman.
but you aren't. But a
Yeah,
superhero has
in
other
this
options.
scenario, I would try to put you on an island somewhere. But if you got away from the island and still decide you're just gonna blow up shit, then I'm be like, okay, kid, what are we gonna do here? Like,
Yeah, no, not yes. There are
we-
actual supervillains out there. Well,
yeah,
in real life and in DC that are on islands. But like,
true,
Like, imagine how sad you
very
get on a
true.
lonely island.
There are files for that.
so you're saying death over sadness? Okay, we gotta move on. We gotta move on. Death over sadness?
Aaron,
How sad?
Sorry, it was right there.
I didn't hear what Aaron said, but that's fine.
there are files on that on islands.
Okay. That's yes. All right. So, I gotta go over my pick of the week. I guess
Yes.
I will pick my pick of the week is gonna be Batman issue number 7 by Matt Fraction. Wait, who's doing the art?
Wait.
Because the art's great. But I always forget. Why are we? Oh, it's Jorge Jimenez, of course.
Yes.
Yes. Okay,
Oh,
so
of course.
my pick of the week is Batman 7 by Matt Fraction, art by Jorge Jimenez. This one was surprisingly interesting because I don't like the Joker for the most part. Like, I think that like the Joker sparingly. And the idea that like Joker's in a tube and kind of waiting for Batman originally wouldn't really appeal to me. But the fact is, he's floating in that tube and he's different now. And I thought it was like a new spin on the Batman Joker dynamic, which I never would have foreseen. So the whole issue is literally Batman talking to Joker in a tube and trying to figure out like, what does he know? Who is he even? Like, he has amnesia. In a way, he says he remembers his old life, but it's like a dream. So he's different now. And he understands how lonely Batman is. And then Batman's like, stop messing with my head. And he's like, I'm not messing with your head. And then it's just a lot of back and forth. Dr. Zeller doesn't know that Batman is Bruce Wayne, even though a couple issues ago I brought up the fact, I was like, how come she didn't put 2 and 2 together? Okay.
But on
that's fine.
the last page, she's like this
Yeah.
at the top.
So in the last page, or like a couple pages to the last page, Joker was like, Dr. Zeller, you don't have to look away. Just turn the mic off. I need to tell him something privately. And then Joker says something, and then he says, Bruce. And then, yes, in that last shot, she's like, whatever. But it's like she's so far away, I can't tell whether it's another fake out of like, because like at the end of like 2 issues ago, when Robin was like, called him
Father.
Yeah, called Bruce father. And then she's like, what? And then later she's like, you're letting your son team up with Batman?
Probably this time she's like, why does the Joker know Bruce Wayne?
Girl, 1 + 1 = 2.
Both Joker and Batman must be friends with Bruce Wayne. And it's like,
with benefits.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or without.
She can only be in denial for so long. So I'm hoping she just either didn't hear what Joker said, or she did and now she knows. Like, whatever.
But I gotta say, one of the pages where you can like pull out the sides is just incredible.
That brings up
beautiful.
Yeah. That was like the Nightwing issue that was everything from left to right. You remember that?
Yeah, that was so cool.
Yeah. And was that also Jorge Menez?
Yes. No, that was Bruno Redondo.
Oh, that was Bruno Redondo. Bruno Redondo has a book coming out, The Art of Bruno Redondo. And in it, they have an accordion thing of every page, but all in one. So you can pull it out and see the whole issue of Nightwing from left to right. Instead of flipping through the pages, it like unfolds out. And that'd be super cool. And you'd have to get like a super long frame, but it might be worth it.
But you know, that's why we need physical media.
Yeah, you know.
Honestly.
So yeah, Batman number 7 was my pick of the week. Shout out to everybody out there who is watching us live right now. Hop in the chat. Let us know you're out there. Let us know what your guys' pick of the week is. All right, so I want to, now that we're all done with our picks of the week, we got to hit some of the big stuff that came out this week. And I'm kind of sad because this book was not my pick of the week, and I wasn't gonna pick it. And I don't think it was horrible, but I also think it was kind of a letdown.
Talk about, and I know.
Did we all did we all read DCKO number 5?
KO. Oh God.
Oh, which one did you think it was?
Yeah, of course I read it. That's exactly what I thought it was going to be.
Oh, okay, good, because me too.
As soon as he started describing it, I was like, oh, it's exactly what I think it is. Because it was such a cop out. I'm sorry. It was
a letdown, and like it's fine. At least I'm just happy to get over it, and like let's move on to next level. Also,
it's
not only is
fine.
Next Level coming out, they're also doing DC All In Chapter 2 is what they're calling it, which is great. I'm cool with that because I'm.
What?
It's called, instead of everything being Next Level, this whole part is called DC All In Chapter 2, and Next Level is just the books of like these new characters and whatnot. Anyway, how do you guys feel about DCKO number 5?
Okay, well, my thing is with these big events, like the first issues are always so good and so thought out and just kind of lure you in, to get into it. And then the more you read and the more extra stories they add, you're just like, oh my God, when does this end? Because you just kind of lose interest. And this one was definitely a problem with this series. It dragged on for too long, and there were too many letdown moments for it to be considered a remarkable storyline for me.
I thought that each issue ended up being a little bit less than the first. I'm not saying it's bad, because will I buy this in hardcover? If it includes all the all fight months and all that stuff, like sure, I'll buy it. It's an event. It's worth having on my bookshelf. Sure.
Maybe wait a few years till they'll do an omnibus.
Yeah, at some point, But I feel like issues 1 and 2 were cool. I liked it.
Yeah.
And then issue 3 was a little bit less so. And then issue 4 was like, and then issue 5 here was like, what?
Yeah.
And so here's the thing. I mean, you guys may have noticed by now, I cry a lot when I like read comics or like watch movies or whatever, right? Like I always say, oh,
Same.
this like made me cry, right? And it makes it seem like, oh, I must cry at everything that I read. And it's like, no, it's just the things that are really like emotional. And it's like well crafted. Here's the thing. It should be easy for DCKO 5 to make me cry, and it didn't. It didn't. And why like it should. Like it'd be so easy make someone like
Go
me
off.
cry.
That's it. Go off, King.
But it
Say
didn't.
it.
So it's like I don't
Speak your
cry at
truth.
everything. It's just
That's it.
where was the emotionality at the end of this? Like what was the issue really about? Is that like
It's set up for the next
Bad.
chapter.
I don't even think it's set up for the next. I think it didn't.
Did it?
It didn't. It set up two things. One is Superman's gone. Whatever.
For
Cool.
now.
And then second is like the hint that. Well, there's three, I think. I guess the second one is that the hint that maybe the people involved in the tournament have Omega energy in them,
Yeah.
and that'll lead to something. And then
Alpha and Omega energy.
What's up?
They have Alpha and Omega energy.
Oh, okay. Alpha and Omega. And then the final part is that end part where it's like crisis of absolute proportions or whatever. Whatever.
Hey.
I don't whatever. But for the most part, this didn't really need to didn't really matter.
Yeah.
Maybe they just needed some time. Like they announced the next level and etc. And they just maybe needed a big selling point for the meanwhile while those titles
they could
are coming out. Yeah.
Yeah. I can get that. I don't want to. Okay, so this is my thing.
Ay,
You.
In my alpha voice, and it was very much one of those moments where I was like, what is and why is this like, and the whole time I was just like, they're ramping this up, and I was just like, Superman's gonna be the hero of this whole thing. But then there were moments throughout that I'm like, okay, maybe they're realizing that Superman doesn't have to be the mainstay of everything. He can just, be the supporter of the big thing. And then they did the thing that I knew they were going to do and made Superman the King Omega and Alpha, apparently, of it all. And I would have liked this. This would have been a cool little moment if Wonder Woman didn't do this 5 minutes ago. We just forgot that
talking about death metal.
Yes, we forgot that Wonder Woman just literally created this multiverse literally a few years ago, and we're just 5 years ago or whatever.
Wait, wasn't that Scott Snyder also?
Oh my god.
Wasn't that
right?
Wasn't death metal Scott Snyder also?
I
think it was.
So.
Jesus.
Wait, I'm gonna Google it.
Please.
Wait, did Batman ever do it? Is he making it so that at the end of every event, each of the Trinity kind of leaves?
Kind of revamp it in a way, because remember there was I think it was an Infinite Crisis or something that he went back in the past and
Final Crisis at the end of Final.
That Final Crisis. That's it. Okay. Yes, and there was that little hieroglyph that kind of sparked the whole thing. Yeah, we kind of. Yeah, it kind of, as soon as you said that, I kind of just all tracked because I instantly remember that.
I gotta kind of recontextualize it in my head, but this issue was essentially Superman gets to restart the universe in his image,
his own image,
and everything is great, and he's essentially God,
Christ.
Right?
Yeah,
and then Darkseid and him, he's God, and then he comes at Darkseid, so now it's God versus Satan, and then they go back in time, and then Superman's like, I don't need to be God, and then he takes the heart out, and well, I get the idea that he shouldn't reshape the universe in his image.
Yeah,
I get that idea. Superman wouldn't do that, sure.
Yeah,
but he's the world is messy, but that's the beautiful part about it.
But it was so confusing in the point where I was like, is everyone creating the universe now, or is just like everyone fighting? And like it didn't really like kind of like add up to what was going on with everything, because it felt like he kind of did restart the universe, but like then was like, oh, but let my friends fight also. Like, and like I just didn't know where it was going with it, but it did like kind of made me like care that Doomsday died, like in a way. Like I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. Yeah, I was like, okay, well, I liked that was the part I did like his like contextualization of their relationship, of like, you have died, I have died, we have both kind of killed each other, and like in this kind of cycle of rebirth and death, in in this way, like they kind of started a new beginning and broke the cycle that they were in. I love that that aspect of it, and I like that. I really love that we don't get rid of the absolute universe
Yeah.
that we kind
Mm.
of like fell in love with, but I but it also kind of confused me in a way, because I was like, how are they fighting for Doomsday? I mean, well, Darkseid, when like they are kind of technically the good guys, but I understand like by them fighting with his Omega energy, it also empowers him. So
Yeah.
I'm interested to see where that goes to with the sigh, crisis of absolute
I mean, it's probably
proportions.
going to be called Crisis of Absolute Earths or something. Like, I don't think the
Oh, for sure.
proportions thing, but like
Mm.
Crisis and Absolute, sure.
Oh, they're gonna workshop that proportions thing.
Yeah.
That was just a
A
like
A
working
for
teaser.
title.
now. Yeah,
Yeah.
working title, right. This is what we have for now. It'll be something pretty cool from then. But Darkseid always gonna be a part of a crisis. So,
I'm gonna
you
be
know.
Deanna, do you have thoughts?
My last thought of DCKO is, when we started, we had like really interesting matchups and characters, and maybe
Yeah.
characters that didn't have their day in the limelight yet on a big scale. And instead of focusing on them, they just chose to go the safe route with the trio again. And that's kind of like where they lost me. Like Batman was like considered
Yes.
out of the tournament, and then he came back because I Batman my way out. And you're like, you didn't need to do that with other characters that can do
Yes.
stuff.
Yes. Like that was
Yeah.
yeah,
Like,
that
and
was
that's
good.
coming from a Batman lover, okay?
I
Like right, like DC always has like they have great ideas for like events, and then it's always at the end of the day like just the thread unravels sometimes. Like
yeah,
this could have been
something
amazing for yeah, they just
I just I don't know. It's hard to think like m- my favorite event of DC is Infinite Crisis. And that's
mm,
also because there were so many tie-ins, everything kind of like went really
yeah.
smoothly. And at the end, they like brought back character. So like then they did the spin-off
Yeah.
Legion of Three Worlds. Then they brought
Hmm.
back after that they brought back Superboy and whatever. And like all these things kind of like fit together and whatever. I just don't think that the end of DCKO mattered that
Yeah,
much because
it didn't.
here's the
Mm.
question. Going into this, what were we missing from the DC universe? The only thing I can think of is Milestone. And they brought it in, and that's not even related to DCKO. And they've already
Right.
brought Milestone back. So like
Right.
and I don't mean like just making characters come back, but like the idea of like, yeah, what is missing from the DC universe right now that I don't know. So they're ramping up for like new characters, new stuff. Cool. I'm more interested in that stuff. I'm ready to like move on from
Yeah.
DCKO. Also, like the idea of like Superman versus Darkseid again.
Right.
I'm so tired of Darkseid. I've been tired of Darkseid because
Right.
I like very just like Joker. I like Darkseid in small doses, very like
Mhm.
specifically. I don't need him being like
The end all
the
be
ultimate
all. Yeah.
evil,
Mm.
you know?
Right.
And so like the final boss. Like I don't need Darkseid to be the
Right.
final boss. Definitely don't need him to be the first boss. That's also
Mm.
weird too. Um
I
don't need
just don't
that,
need him to be there.
I don't need to.
Like
I'd rather. I want more new gods. I want more.
honestly,
Show me a
right.
story where Calabac takes over Apocalypse, and
Thank you.
and
Let his
gets.
son have
Is
a
Calabac got the
woman.
Omega Force?
Right.
Like the Omega
Oh,
energy?
that would be way more chaotic, and I would love it. Like, and I do like. Don't get me wrong. I love Darkseid as a character. Darkseid conceptually is a great character. Like to even think of like if Grail got the Omega Force, like that would be a. I think that would be a whole nother step. But
Yeah.
like, I think like I love him as a concept a lot, but also like haven't we had enough? Like it's one of those moments like we haven't like got enough of this guy.
Yeah.
Like he's a good like moment for a good smash him up fight and like for us to have a good big bad, but give us something different than we've had at least.
Yeah.
Like at least like switch it up to that point. And like this really just became like after all this big grandiose thing of creating a whole universe, it just became Darkseid versus Superman. Even with when Lex Luthor was like the King Omega for like 5 minutes, I was
Yeah.
like, okay, well, I guess this is not Superman. So okay, cool. Like, but then
Mm,
like you just copped out and was like, no, Superman's our alpha and omega, and we're gonna keep it that way, literally. And
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, we'll have to move on to some of the other
yeah,
books
for
that we
sure.
read, but I think I just even came up with an idea that I would have liked better, or at least not even DCKO related, but like instead of Darkseid, why don't we have, and it's kind of mirroring the Phoenix Force from Avengers versus X-Men. What if like 5 members of Apocalypse got the Omega energy and they shared it amongst each other? So like Granny Goodness, Calabac, Steppenwolf, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Desad, that's 4,
Right.
and then
Grail.
Grail. Cool.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. I
Um
would. That would be a. That would
I
have been
just don't
amazing.
want Darkseid anymore. Just like I don't want Joker
Yeah.
anymore, but I know that
Right.
I did pick Batman number 7 as my pick of the week. So, whatever. But I think he was well done, Matt Fraction. I think he was just enough that I was like,
Right.
okay. It was
When
very
you do
Silence of
something
the
different, it
Lambs, you
works.
know what I mean? Like it's
Okay.
Silence of the Lambs. It's not like the later Silence of the Lambs movies, right? It's he's just behind that glass.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. So, shout out to the Banana Bad. Yes, it is DCKO 5 talk. But we're gonna move on to another book that I think finished up a run better. Weirdly enough, and I would not normally say that. Avengers number 36.
Yeah.
Deanna, you didn't read this one, right? So
no.
this is the end of Jed McKay's Avengers run, and it was the third. These last 3 issues, this issue and 2 more, were like a 3-parter, and
Mm-hmm.
it really finished it off, I think, pretty well, because the final issue was essentially issue 35, and
Mm-hmm.
then 36 is like an epilogue issue. So really, the whole issue is like Captain Marvel going to different Avengers and being like, "Yeah, we're gonna close up shop. We don't like the my time
Right.
as chairperson
We've
of the
done what
Avengers.
we need to do.
We're ending this iteration of Avengers." Like people are like, "You're gonna end the Avengers," and she's like, "No, just this current iteration." And it was like an epilogue, and she was wrapping things up, and each character kind of had a little bit of a different moment. They talked to her. They said goodbye to the ship. What's it called? The Impossible City, which is now
Possible City, now
Camelot.
Camelot.
The Twilight Court got to say goodbye, and then even
The real
Kang had
Twilight
that
Court.
one like prison scene where it was like, oh
Yeah.
shit, okay. And I don't care about
Yeah.
Kang. I hate Kang.
That made me actually care about him on well, not care about him, but like also to see I love a villain when in a defeated moment where they're like, okay, I like time and time again you beat me, and like we kind of see him just like kind of is like, yeah, they've beat me time and time again, and like I am nothing now, and like they
And he said I'm
finally got me
old.
to realize, yeah, I'm old. I finally feel my age. Like,
Yeah.
and I was like, okay, yeah, well, you are thousands of millions of years old, probably. So, it makes sense.
Yeah.
But like, you kind of see at the end where he kind of takes his own power. He's like, no, call me master or something like that. And I'm like,
No, he said
okay,
call me Kang,
this
right?
call me, yeah, Kang. That's it,
Yeah. Or
exactly.
Kang the
And
Conqueror, whatever, whatever he said. But
right,
yeah.
one of those. Yeah. No, he said, no, yeah, I am king. I am the conqueror, and you may call me master. Yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah.
And I was like, that's a total king answer to say. And like, I love the moment of that. I wish we would have gotten the person they would have nominated for for the next iteration of it, but I did love the kind of ending
Oh,
of Jemica's run. Like, we kind of like see them like ramp up to. I liked for once in my whole. I would have never Kelly Thompson be praised because I actually liked Captain Marvel as the chairman, and I actually like this run made me like appreciate her as an X-Men, as an, an Avenger.
yeah.
And but I also love that she knew that it was her time, and like, we sometimes, people run out and and do it until they can't, until they have to. And I love that they all kind of like are going to a new chapter in their lives, and like seeing where that goes. And yeah, I think it's going to be a good little. I'm excited to see where the next iteration of
Yeah.
it goes. I kind of hope that Storm stays in it now,
Yeah.
because even with her explanation of like everything, she was like, my call was Xavier's dream, and it kind of, even with doing the Avengers, it kind of just extended that dream to into doing this. And I was like, that's a amazing way of thinking about it. And I think that also helps her, and like, this is just an extension of what you need to do next.
Yeah. Deanna, did you read
Mm,
this one or not? No, you didn't, right?
no.
No, you
I
know.
mean, that's fine. I mean,
I'm just
Avengers.
on the new
Oh
Avengers.
yeah, New Avengers, cool. I like that
That
one.
one you
Yeah,
should read. That's
yeah.
amazing. Love that
Um,
one.
the Banana Bad asks any news on the next arc. So here's what's up with this Avengers stuff: is at the end of this issue, they have a vote for the next chairperson of the Avengers, and then
Yeah,
he's like, the next chairperson is, and then it just ends, right? And like we don't
Mm,
know, and so it's like,
right.
okay, well, what happens next after this run? This run is ending, and then they're moving us into Avengers Armageddon, which is that
Yeah,
like event, that like mini Avengers event. It's not a big old Marvel event, but like it's an
yeah.
Avengers event. And then
Avengers
after
and X-Men
that,
have been apparently.
whatever happens after that, that's the next iteration of Avengers. So
Right.
we won't know. This is them biding their time. It's probably gonna be another six
Until the
months.
summer, guys.
Yeah.
Until the
Well,
summer.
no,
It
actually,
says
I
May.
think
summer,
we're getting Avengers
summer,
Armageddon in the
summer,
summer,
summer.
and then in fall.
And I love you. Uh,
Is this more High School Musical
That was a High School
references?
Musical reference,
Yeah.
Dimitri. I know you don't know what that is. It's okay.
Yeah, I was too young. I was too young when it came out, so you
Aw,
know. Um,
The
sorry.
youngest person ever.
Yeah, I grew up
right?
with High School Musical, the
Wait.
musical, the series, the musical.
Oh, how old are you? Wait.
I'm just 16. This is my internship.
Right. This is his internship, right?
I would never want to be 16 again. So I'll tell you
Uh,
that. I'm not gonna.
No,
If I'm choosing, I'm not going back to
that's
16.
not one I would go to.
You know. So I mean, that was Avengers. Avengers 36. All right,
Yeah.
we still got a bunch of comics left. You talk about Absolute Superman, but what about Absolute
oh,
Flash?
can I say
Oh
something
yeah.
else about Absolute Superman? Sorry, I totally
Oh
forgot
yeah.
about it, even though it was like the cliffhanger, like Lex Luthor at the end.
Oh yeah.
That
Oh,
was
what happened?
harsh. Oh my
I
God.
felt so bad.
Brainiac killed his entire family in front of him.
Oh
And
Brainiac
it's like
chainsawed
a
his
bloody
family.
mess.
Oh!
It was literally like the Luthor family reunion, and this Lex Luthor seems like a good guy. Like
Mm,
he's just
Yeah.
he's just this like rosy faced redhead, and he's just like, I'm
Literally,
Lex Luthor. And then like
literally the
Brainiac shows up with chainsaw hands. And in that, yeah, you're right. I forgot about that final. In the final scene of this book, you see half of faces and heads and like things just everywhere.
And then
that's
he says, when I come back, be interesting.
oh interesting is crazy. Oh no. Literally the last thing I read on Superman was like him being like, oh, with like Lex Luthor has a change. He's like, he's different in this. So he's like, we need to change that or
Mm,
something like that. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh,
Well, Brainiac showed up because Brainiac saw how like a vision of the mainstream DC and
yeah,
saw how Lex was there, and he was
right.
like, "Why are you so different here?"
Why do you have hair?
You know?
Oh.
hair and a beard, and like he just looks like a nice
Why are you
guy.
ginger?
You know?
Alexander,
Yeah.
no.
So
Oh,
we'll see what happens. I'm hoping absolute Lex Luthor, never turns bad.
yeah, right,
I'm hoping that the twist in this universe is that makes him it makes him
right,
be a hero, you know?
right, exactly. It's like
Um,
the Grey Family Massacre all over again.
oof.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but this was rough. Turns his family as red as his hair.
Is this a
Mm,
regicide? I don't even.
But you know
mm.
what I find really funny? Like blood is not censored or anything bloody, but as soon as there is a sex scene, they're like, "Hey, you get a silhouette. That's all you get."
That's all you
What
need.
sex? Batman and Selena
Yeah,
in Absolute Batman?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's also pretty gruesome, the series, and then you get like a shadow.
Well, welcome to American sensibilities, which is how
Pepper,
dare they show boobies? No
death, but
boobies, just blood and gore. And that's
No
gore cool.
titties,
yeah.
no ass, nothing.
Nothing.
Um
Oh,
let's speaking of redheads, Wally West is Absolute Flash
yes.
issue number 12 came out this week. It was fine. I don't like the Zoom monster. He just
Mm.
looked like the Hulk, but like
I definitely
he's
missed
just
an
running
issue.
fast.
I definitely missed an issue. Is this the woman? Was Zoom?
No.
Those the
Oh,
Zoom?
you did miss an issue if you thought this was no.
That was the grandfather.
Yeah.
Oh, shiz naive.
And
I
he was
did that.
in
I
that
forgot.
in the still
The
realm, still
still
zone or
realm or
whatever it
whatever,
was
the
called.
still zone or yeah,
You
whatever
know?
they call it.
But that was Zoom, but Zoom is like a demon monster looking thing.
It's like Doomsday and like Reverse Flash had a baby and
Zoomsday.
it's like it's
Zoom.
shut the
Zoomsday.
hell up. That's perfect.
Did
Yes. Oh God.
you read this one,
Oh
Aaron?
God. I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. Man, it was good. I liked it. Well, it was fine.
Yeah.
I liked it. I liked it though. It was still
Like it
nice.
finally wrapped up the arc.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And it did the thing that like I was kind of waiting for the whole like the whole series I was kind of just waiting for the dad to kick the bucket. And like they kind of just like were teasing it like the whole time. There's like and I'm just like I was like if you're gonna let him go, if you're gonna kill him, just kill him. Don't get me my hopes up with like Wally having like an actual family.
Yeah.
And then like and I was like, okay, this could be like a nice little like dynamic, like him, his dad, the rogues, like all like in a little like thing.
And Grodd.
And then yeah, and of course, baby Grodd. And
Grodd's one of my favorites, and they need to do like a
he
stuffed
is.
animal of him, you know?
Mm.
I love him. I honestly love Grodd as the as his little side character. He honestly made it even better, honestly, for me. And I didn't expect it. Like he doesn't say anything, but even like his relationship with Wally as they were going through it, I was like, this is just the cutest thing.
Yeah.
But like like yeah, it was a nice I was sad that Wally finally like lost his dad because I was like at one point I was just like, okay, they're not gonna do it. Like I was
Yeah.
like, okay, they finally allowed him to have a father. Okay, we're gonna have a family.
Mm.
No, he pushed them through, and like, of course, I knew it was gonna happen. But the second part of the story of Grodd, baby Grodd finding
His
Dada
dad.
Grodd, and yeah, right. As oh my God, it just hit me. As one loses his father, the other one gains his. Oh God, the
But he's not
duality.
so nice. He's very like
Not so nice
it's
at
very like
all.
Planet of the
He's like
Apes.
men all bad.
Yeah.
Men, oh, right? He said, "Batman gone, Dada." He said, "No, not
Never.
all of them. All bad, all men bad."
It's like Planet of the
um.
Apes.
Oh
It's
God.
I'm
You know
trying
what I find really oh sorry. Speak
I,
your truth.
I was just trying to say like who is Dada Grodd? Like who does he look like? Because I'm like, is he like Monsieur Mala? Is he you know what I mean? Like
This kind of reminded me of Mansa Mala. Yeah.
yeah. Like I'm trying to figure out like, yeah, what is he? But it's
Hmm.
we'll see what
Time shall
happens.
tell. Time shall tell with year two, right?
Yeah.
Jeez.
I also didn't understand how it was so abrupt the way Wally's dad like got to but like
Mm.
he
Did he
tackled
have to do that?
he tackled Zoom. Like what happened? He was
Yeah.
like,
He didn't need to do that.
Oh, thank you, Deanna. Like he didn't have to do that. Like this
yeah,
whole time, like
You did
y'all
all
had
that for
a
nothing.
he
To
like
y'all
pushed
had
him
a
in the
die?
portal.
y'all had a whole
Like
plan
someone
just
else
for
could have done that.
thank you. All the people with tech and powers
Yeah,
and
They're
all
just
of that
standing
to
there.
prep him. Thank you. Y'all had a whole plan, and the plan was to get the guy with non-powers to push him through the. That's crazy.
like
Like I just
Boomerang could have sent one of his like boomerang ships to like hit Zoom into
get
the
out of my
portal.
head, Dimitri. That's exactly what I was about
Exact,
to
right,
say.
right.
I was literally thinking, I was like, you could have literally just thrown one of them
But
in.
his dad was
Like,
just like, "Look, I hate this kid. I gotta get out of here.
right?
You and
I
me,
gotta get.
Zoom. You and me.
He
We're going through this
he
portal."
went to get a pack of smokes and went to a whole nother
Oh,
universe, and now we have an orphan child, and who I mean, but I wouldn't mind seeing like the rogues like be his like adoptive family kind of. It
the
would be a
rogues
nice.
booked it though. The rogues are out
Yeah.
of here.
Oh, they're out of there. And
Yeah.
let's be real. Wally was like, "I'm done with y'all too," reasonably so, because
And he
like
was also like,
that's the
fuck them
only plan,
kids.
right? Kind of though. Because like, really, what that was the only plan y'all could have came up with my dad. Like, I just, yeah, that was. It was. You know what it felt like? Honestly, it felt like Jack on that door on the Titanic. And like I'm like, did you have to drown? And like it was one of those moments. Like this didn't have to happen, but like I guess like this is something that we're just all gonna have to accept here.
Have you guys seen Kong Skull Island?
No.
Yes,
No, Deanna hasn't. Aaron, do you remember
I
the
have seen
part
it.
where the one guy, the monster's right in front of him, and he's like, "I'm gonna sacrifice myself." So he takes the grenades.
Yes,
He takes the grenades, and he's like, "You guys get out of here." And he brings the
yes,
grenade closer to the monster,
yes,
and the monster looks at him, knows something's up, whips his tail, hits the guy into the side of a mountain, and he blows up there. And
yes,
and you're like, I thought he was
yes.
gonna give himself up to defeat the monster. The monster's like, no, and he
That's
like
it.
whips him into the side of a mountain.
That's exactly the energy it gives, and I'm like, yeah, this didn't have to. Also like Stranger Things when Eddie didn't need to die. Like
Oh yeah,
yeah, it didn't have to happen, but this is just something we all have to live with now, I guess. So
yeah.
Mm.
It is.
But you know what I find
um,
really interesting in the Absolute universe? Like a lot of the characters have a lot of like dream sequences or remembrances of when they were children.
Mm.
yeah,
Like that's a theme that's coming up a lot. And the Flash just doesn't have that because he is a child,
he is a
literally.
kid. He is the only one who's a child,
But
right?
he's getting visions
Exactly.
of the future.
Yeah, but that's a kid.
No, that's
He's a
what I'm saying.
child.
Like he's so young, he's getting
Right.
visions of the future, and that's the weird, like the thing. I don't know.
Yeah, like a mirror thing.
Yeah.
So I think like the Flash is definitely more catered to young adults
I
of the
definitely, yeah,
Absolute series.
for
Like
sure.
it's
Of the
for a younger
Well,
exactly,
it does
audience,
skew a
I would
little
say.
younger because it's not even
Yeah,
yeah,
gory,
because
right?
yeah, like the other
right.
Absolutes
Yeah,
are
it's
like
not that
really in
gory.
there.
Yeah, exactly. Like even with like Absolute Wonder Woman, it kind of gives like an 18 and older kind of vibe, kind
Mm,
of like a good college age at least,
Yeah.
you know.
Well,
yeah.
Wonder Woman
Um,
isn't even gory either. Batman and Superman are the
sometimes,
two
but not all
goriest,
the time.
right?
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would
yeah,
say
I
like
think so.
Wonder Woman is 16 and up, and
When
the
it needs to
Flash
be, yeah,
12
Yeah.
and
It's
up.
very
Yeah.
young adult.
exactly.
It's very young adult.
Mm,
Very much so.
Yeah.
And like that's one thing I do want to know. I am curious to see where they go with the Absolute Universe, like going forward, especially with the like even read because I just read the Absolute Wonder Woman with Batman. I love their tension that they have, like
I don't think
the
they have any tension.
I
You
feel
think they
like
have
brother
tension?
and sister. They're
Yeah.
from
brother and
the
sister.
okay. I didn't read the Absolute Batman one. That's maybe why it is.
I just
I because the one with her and them on the little step on the little end of the balcony, and I'm like, oh, this is kind of cute.
look. I would love. I am a fan of like Bruce Wayne and Diana having
And
kind of
Diana, yeah.
like the flirtatious thing. That being said, I think in Absolute they're very much like, this is my best friend.
Okay,
This is my
okay.
brother, and that's my sister.
Yeah, but like fist bump, cool. Like yeah, great, good for them. Clark's on the outs though. Like Clark's
That's
late
really
to the
it.
party. Like when he
Yeah.
finally teams up with them, whatever. That being
He's
said,
kind of like the
their own dynamic.
outsider.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolute Flash though. At the end, he goes to the Dibney rescue. I didn't know that was Ralph Dibney
Yeah.
that was there in the earlier issues. I didn't know that it
Yeah.
was Ralph Dibney, but cool.
Okay, I thought I was tripping. I was like, oh, do they have a connection that I didn't know
There
about?
was a
But
previous issue. It was like issue 4 or something that he went to the. That's where he met Linda. He met
to
Linda.
find, yeah,
Remember?
okay, I remember. Okay, oh Jesus, I forgot all about that.
I want more of
Wow.
that, to be honest. In Absolute
I'm
Flash,
down.
if we see Wally, like I want to see like Wally and Linda hang out. Like
Yeah.
let us, get into the ship.
Right.
All right, we gotta hit some of this other stuff. Deanna,
Arcadia. I got
okay,
Arcadia.
yeah, you talk about it because I didn't get to read this one. I read issues 1 and 2, but yeah, you go for it.
So I feel like I finally really got into it with this issue. Like we got a lot more tension between the characters. Sometimes it's a bit out of character, I must say, just kind of to display the different views on what's happening. So I feel like it's more like in service of the story instead of the characters.
Yeah, I mean, we mentioned on a previous issue that, or on the last issue when we talked about it, that Batman seems kind of fascist in the second issue. That being said, like I'm assuming he learns the error of his ways in this, but
Yeah.
yeah. I want to read this one and see kind of where it is, because it's kind of like it's DC Black Label, which could be out of continuity or not. It just kind of depends. It's just kind of in its own kind of storyline. But yeah, I got nothing else to say. I didn't get to read this one, and I wanted to.
Yeah, I feel like this is the story better read when all the issues are out.
Yeah, this will be a cool hardcover. I've been getting.
That's
By
true.
the way,
Like the art is gorgeous.
I've been getting into hardcovers lately, and they're a little bit more expensive, but like,
but they're so worth it.
Yeah.
Like the paper quality of them.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss.
I did a video recently of like 5 new hardcovers that I got. I'm a very big fan. Cool. What else, Aaron? What are you dying to talk about? X-Men 26?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
I like this issue, but I don't remember much.
Right, literally, I was thinking that, and I think it's because of the X-Men, because the X-Men issue came out at the same time, and I was like, okay, which storyline was it? Because I literally, as you were talking, I was like, what was the X-Men about this week? Like,
because it's bi-weekly, right?
Yeah.
Because
every week?
Every 2 weeks.
Uncanny.
Yeah, Uncanny and
English is
X-Men.
hard.
Okay. I remember them now. I literally just saw a picture of the mom with Glob. But no, I like this. It's really just feels like a good little like in between episode of like everyone kind of going off of the Age of Revelation.
Yeah.
Because this is really the book that's gonna I feel like is following what's going on after the Age of Revelation arc.
Yeah,
but
the
like
2 previous issues were more of like epilogues.
Yeah, exactly. And like this one, I like that. I want to know what's going on with Grey Crow now. Like the whole it started off with the robbery. With Grey Crow and like him being at the shootout and Psylocke having to go.
Not just that he got shot, but also they brought this up on shout out to Cerebrocast, the Cerebro podcast.
I love it.
They mentioned that Grey Crow, when he says that he teamed up with Amy, that's Amelia Vaught.
Huh? Thank you for. Oh my God!
So Amy is Amelia Vaught. That was his teleportation out of there.
Yeah,
but she's gone. So I'm sure there's a story about why she wasn't there to pick him up from the bank robbery. Yeah. And then he ends up getting shot. Also, though, I'd like to believe Grey Crow would have like not gotten shot by a bunch of cops. But then again, this is a different Grey Crow. He's not killing people like randomly.
Yeah.
You know?
True, but also like Robin Banks is still crazy. Like, when did he go back to like a life of crime?
Like
But
petty
also,
crime? Yeah.
yeah, petty crime. That's also the big
Crime
one. Like,
doesn't pay.
I think it's because he
like,
doesn't want to be a weapon
literally.
anymore. I think that's like been
Yeah,
his kind of arc through Krakoa. Grey Crow underutilized. I need more Grey
right.
Crow.
Very much so. Like,
Yeah.
I'm kind of like pissed that they didn't like add him to the X-Men team. Like, I felt like he would have been a great addition to their like team with Psylocke.
I
Like,
also agree, but for the sole purpose of he used to be a marauder. So like, why wouldn't the X-Men hate him? But they already have Magneto, and Magneto's good on the team. So like,
and Juggernaut.
Juggernaut's already good. So,
Right.
like, and Grey Crow is good, but like, make that the next like person you
Right.
hate that they've gotten better. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Like, and like to a point where like you care enough about, like, Cyclops cared enough about him to let Quanon go to like do their thing.
Whoa. Cyclops doesn't let her go. Quanon goes where she wants to go.
She like no, he tells her, like, she tells him like what he's like. Look, I'm going, and
Yeah.
he also like understands why she needs to go. So
Yeah.
like that's one thing I did appreciate, like, of like their relationship, and I love that. I love more that she's solidifying herself as an X-Men. Like, we kind of like not just like off the strength of like, oh, I was Psylocke, oh, I was Betsy's body, but like also like her and Cyclops and all of them have like a specific relationship that I like actually love, that it's growing.
Yeah.
And like even with magic, using magic in it, like more and more, I love that part.
Here's the thing about this issue. I like it, but also I'm sad. I don't want Glob to die.
Oh my god, I don't
Deanna,
want
you're
that.
not
I
reading this,
forgot
right?
about that.
No.
Okay. Do you know who Glob is?
Jesus.
Okay, so Glob is like, his mutant power is essentially like his organs and skeleton float in this like jelly body. So he looks like
Yeah.
a blob of a person.
You've probably seen a picture of him somewhere.
And then his
Okay.
eyes float there, and his mouth
Yeah.
kind of floats in.
He's a pink glob with a skeleton inside.
Yeah, and it's
Okay,
jelly, so
okay.
he could technically pull
Yeah.
it off, like his
Right.
jelly. But like, he used to be more antagonistic as a young
Yeah.
high schooler, but now in this new thing, he's the gardener. Like in the X-Men,
Yeah.
he just kind of like, and so there's a whole like subplot in this issue where he's selling his vegetables to the community at like a farmer's market sort of situation.
Right.
And he was like, he said he wants to give it away for free, but Cyclops says that people won't trust that it's from a mutant and it's free.
Right.
So charge a little bit of money, people will buy it,
Mm.
right? And that's kind of you giving back. And there were some nice moments between him and like, they're humans, but they're not hateful, but
Right.
they're still kind of ignorant.
They're ignorant, right?
but,
Exactly.
Like
They just don't know. They don't. Right. You can tell like he meant well, but like he doesn't know. Like he doesn't know what he speaks of.
it's
you
real.
know,
It's like
kinda.
real life old people. You know, it's like
Yeah,
some-
it's
like there
exactly
there are
that.
a
It's
lot of
exactly
hateful
that.
old people, but there's also old people that have never met
That are trying, but like
anyone
don't
that
really
look
know
different
better.
than them, right?
Exactly. Like you can tell like they're trying, but they just don't know better.
Yeah.
So,
What
like,
the hell?
Their
They're
heart
not-
and their
he's
mind
like-
are in different places.
He's like,
Right.
what the damn hell is an optic blast? Like,
Yes, I forgot about that. He was like, "What the hell is an optic blast?"
yeah.
And then that part about the generator. He said, "That generator you got legal?" And he's like, I guess not." And
Yeah.
he's like, "Well, we'll just keep that between us." And I was like, "Oh, he means well."
Problem
And, like-
is, at the end, somebody comes in with a gun and shoots Glob.
Yes.
And we don't know. We don't see who that person is. We just see the gun. And it's
Okay.
kind of like an episode of Degrassi in a way. You
Oh my
know?
god. True.
Dude, that show is so
So true.
crazy.
Yeah.
God, that show traumatizes children.
Yeah.
But it also, we love it.
All right,
Literally,
so-
they're just teens having fun, and
Shout
then
out to
somebody
Aubrey
gets
Graham.
shot.
yeah.
Right?
Like in Degrassi, like every episode was somebody either got shot or got AIDS or like
Oh, or
Black
has
man.
some,
or got their first thong. You know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah.
Degrassi, literally.
Like
Right,
getting
it was
shot, getting your
sex or
first
death.
song,
one
Yeah.
of those.
kind of the same experience.
It's like the highs and lows of high school, you know.
Right.
You have never truly experienced them until you
You know,
played high school varsity
Football? Are you
football.
quoting Riverdale?
for sure.
Yes.
Something, yeah. You haven't lived life until you've experienced the highs and
Or the
lows of
highs
high
and
school
lows.
football or something like that. Like, okay, whatever.
Oh, yes,
All
Riverdale.
right. So we only got a couple minutes left, so let's get through the rest of our
Let's do it.
list and our quick thoughts, whatever you're dying to get out. I'm gonna say this just about this one, and I got nothing left to say because I don't want to be too negative. The X-Men Annual 2026 was a waste of my time, and I wish I didn't read it. And I'm not saying that the writers and the artists are bad. It was just a self-contained story that was
Yeah.
for fun, and the artists played characters in the book as artists because they were artists making. Did you know that?
I
Did you read the one?
figured that was I figured that they were the artists of the book. I was like,
Yeah.
this seems like a very like it felt like a very throwaway like Stanley like Jack Kirby moment
Yeah.
like back in the day.
Yeah.
And okay, yeah.
But it was a standalone issue, and it didn't really matter that much. And like I'm like, I could have read
yeah.
something different. For
I
the sake of
mean,
this show, I could have read something
okay,
different
for
to
sure.
talk about it. I have nothing left to
Understandable.
talk about. That's it.
Understandable. I did like I mean, it was a nice little Wolverine Gene moment. Like it was a cool little filler moment. I did like the shut up. I don't give you the eye roll. But like I also like the fact that like we got a little mention of like, oh, he was a part of the Xavier Academy. It was honestly like a nice little filler episode. It felt like a filler episode moment to me. But like it was nice for what it was. It wasn't
It was
horrible, but
Yeah.
it was fine. Yeah, it was.
If I'm rushing to read a bunch of books by Showtime,
Okay, facts.
that's
No,
kind
facts.
of
I feel that.
like where I'm operating on, right? But
Yeah.
it is.
I
what
was
it
just happy
is.
to see Gene. That was all it was.
All right,
You're
quick
right.
one sentence thoughts. Deanna, Disney Villains Gaston, issue number 1 by Dynamite.
It was fun. Like if you're into Disney and you want a bit more stuff about Gaston, hey, read it. If not, you're not missing much.
Fair. Do they mention that LeFou is gay or no?
What do you think?
It's a comic. They can do more in a comic than they can in a cartoon, you know?
It's still Disney.
It's Disney through Dynamite, though. So it's not even Marvel.
True. Maybe in the next issue.
Okay. I'm not saying
right.
But Gaston gets turned into a squirrel.
Oh.
Okay.
Is he
At the
buff
end.
or is he just a squirrel?
No, just a squirrel.
Okay.
Aw.
Wasn't sure if he was like a buff squirrel, you know?
He's not even a hot squirrel.
Like when
This is
Johnny
not the
Bravo,
Chipmunks.
like Johnny Bravo turns into like a dog, and it's like a Johnny Bravo dog. You know what I mean?
You know, yeah.
Gaston is kind of the precursor to Johnny Bravo in a way.
Touche. He's a precursor to fuckboys, honestly.
Yeah,
But yeah,
they're both fuckboys. They're
both
fuckboys.
honestly. Yeah, Johnny Bravo is.
But he doesn't even really get somebody like Gaston. It's just people think he's hot, but he doesn't really have somebody.
Yeah, does he sleep with those
that's
3
fuckboy.
triplets? I don't know.
Right.
Well, look, if he's not,
I don't
sleeping
know.
with those
I
3
never
triplets,
thought that.
like,
Those
I never
triplets
thought
was
about
real
that.
happy to see him.
yeah, those girls really love Gaston. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like when you have a crush, like you
Yeah.
just really like to look at somebody.
no, they are.
Oh.
They.
It's a small village. We only got but so many options, and Gaston is prime.
Gaston
real
is
estate.
either getting with those girls or he's gay with LeFou. One or the
But
other.
like he's so in love with himself, Gaston, that he doesn't even think about other people.
Gaston is just going to have
Maybe.
sex with anybody who's going
Maybe.
to
Or
who admires him.
I don't know. That's a whole another podcast where we talk about the sexuality of Gaston and other Disney characters.
Stay tuned next Saturday.
We got
Bonus episodes.
we got too much work to do.
Subscribe to the Patreon.
Maybe
Right.
maybe we do get drunk and we talk about the sexuality of Disney characters. Who knows?
Of Disney villains? Oh, Disney villains are so gay coded. We'll talk about
Yeah, but who's
writing it down.
who's the hottest Disney villain? Huh. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, that's just something to think about. Maybe
gonna
subscribe to
discuss.
our Patreon, patreon.com/thekeyshow.
Subscribe to the Patreon, y'all.
And maybe we'll do an episode.
More to come.
All right. Real quick, we gotta hit all of these.
Let's do it.
Batman Static Beyond number 4. You got like 1 sentence review, Aaron.
Very nice, very good issue with Static Shock in like the it kind of reminded me of Legions of superheroes, but kind of like an X-Men Academy. I'm not X-Men Academy, but Avengers Academy kind of. It was a nice little book to kind of showcase Static. I have so many other things that I need to think of, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's the best
Is
thing
this
I
the
can think
final
of.
issue or
I don't think it's the last issue. I think
okay?
it's another issue coming after that. But
Okay.
I love the expansion on Static's powers, on Virgil's powers. Oh, it's really good.
All right. Cool. Cool. Cool.
Mm.
Um, did either of you guys read or no, Iceman Omega? Just quick sentence on that. That was an Infinite comic.
Yeah,
And then
I
it
was upset.
compiled in print.
I was upset because I thought it was a whole nother thing. But no, Bobby Drake is essentially the kind of gay man that I am. Me and him very just connect on a lot of things. We we are very much virgining in our sexuality late in life, but also want the classical relationship of it all. And I love seeing his little journey of like going through the sexuality of it all, and while also being a superhero and like coming into his own. Like I love that we kind of see him go into his own in his sexuality, but also into his powers and in his own life.
Yeah.
It was a really good little
Okay.
book. Yeah.
For sure, Bobby Drake likes High School Musical. Like for sure.
For sure, he likes High School Musical.
Absolutely.
Oh, totes him a ghost. He doesn't know why he loved High School Musical. He'll later find that on later on in life, like I did.
Yeah.
But no, he loves High School Musical. There's a reason I loved Corbin Blue in that, and I just didn't realize why. But
Oh, did you see
yeah.
this movie with him jumping?
Of course.
Is that
I
the jump rope one where he's
Yes!
it's like a double
yeah.
dutch?
Yeah,
Like a
the
double dutch
double
one?
dutch one. Yeah.
Push it
I
to the limit, limit.
cause we're in it to win it. Okay, we're sorry.
All right, guys. All
That's
right.
such a good song, honestly.
It
Like, I love it.
is. It is.
Um,
Corbin Blue was a moment, but okay, we're sorry. We're gonna be.
He's on Broadway right
He
now.
is. He's doing
Yeah.
his thing. I love it. I'm very
Yeah,
proud
and
of
The
him.
Great Gatsby.
speaking about doing their thing, we got to finish this episode up.
You're right.
Did you
We're
guys
always
read
sidetracking.
Nectar? Do you read Nectar #1 or not?
No.
Okay, Nectar #1 by what? Vault Comics, or Narco #1 by Image Comics.
Oh,
I had it on my
wanted to read
list.
that
I didn't
one.
get to
I
it.
read that
Okay.
one.
All right, so I think that's it for your guys' list. Real quick, JSA issue number 17. It's the year 1 story arc, the 5th issue of the year 1 story arc. I'm loving it. I love all the young Justice Society characters kind of getting together for their first team up. It's really cool.
Young and turned.
Also, I did a calculation to figure out Jay Garrick mentions what year he's born in, 1918. And then I just did a calculation. And I was
Damn.
like, oh, he was born in 1918. And so he's like 20 something. He's just like early 20s when like World War II kicks off. So like,
Ooh!
Jay Garrick is like young, you know? So cool. That's fun. And it makes it weird. Like it's kind of fun and funny to see these characters that like grow up to be like old superheroes. But this is them in their 20s. I didn't realize that Alan Scott Green Lantern is in his like 20s when he's like in the military. He's under, he's on the down low.
In the closet.
Yeah, he's in the closet. And like, this is like 20-year-old Alan Scott, 20-year-old Jay Garrick, all these characters. Even Hippolyta is in this. And
I love that they added her like as a
she's
real
the
like
Wonder Woman of World War II.
Yeah.
And like, it's kind of cute because like you're just like watching this or reading this and you're like, oh, they're all like 20-something-year-olds trying to find their way, but they didn't. The Justice Society, the Justice Society didn't have a team before them. You know, the Justice League did, but the Justice Society didn't. And I'm like, oh, this is Grandpappy trying to figure out what it means to be like a hero, you know? And like that's like pretty cool. I like that. And then also like the first Atom, he's like short and he's like a buff wrestler, right? It's that Atom, you know? And they're like, where'd you get your costume from? And he's like, my mom made it. And it's like, oh, all right, cool. You know? And in universe, I just think it's funny. In universe, he is Jewish, which means like his Jewish mom is just like making a wrestler suit,
making him a slave, making
like,
this little thing.
It's like so cute, you know. It's cute, you know. Um. Anyway, that's a cool one. Justice Society issue 17, and then I didn't get to finish it, but part 2 of the Death Spiral event, Amazing Spider-Man issue number 23. I'm digging it so far. I like it, and it's weird because I don't like symbiotes, but right now I'm really
Yeah, you
digging what's
don't
going
like
on.
his symbiotes. You do like any symbiote story. You are not a fan
No,
of,
but
and
the
that's the
new
reason why
stuff
I
has
love
been
them.
good. I've been liking it.
Okay. That's usually look. That's mostly most of the time where you get me into a Spider-Man story. Honestly, if you give me a good symbiote story, I'm there. Look,
Really?
I read a Venom story for the first time. I read a Venom solo series for the first time, and that was Black Widow, and that was amazing. R.I.P.
That's a
to
little bit
her.
different, but yeah, for
Right.
sure, for
You
sure.
get it, right? If it's a symbiote, I'm in it for
Yeah.
some reason. Even when the X-Men had symbiotes, I was like, yay, it's
No, that's when I
cool.
tap out. I can't because like everybody gets a symbiote, and I don't like it. I don't like.
I'm I'm here for the costume designs.
I'll be honest. I
that's
did
my
buy a
thing
new
there.
Lego set, a very small one that had a symbiote Wolverine in it, and like I was like, well, I
Mm,
have to get it, but that's because it's Wolverine covered with a symbiote
true.
little minifigures. So
See, that's where my gayness and my nerdiness like come together in one little big thing when it like when I see new costumes and like I'm like, yes, new designs. Yes, I
so
love it.
Hellfire Gala would have been totally great.
Oh, I was living my best little gay nerdy life. It was
Yeah,
a time to be alive for me. But
That's always
that's
something that throws me off. Like when someone gets a new design, I'm like, ugh, no.
it
unless it's
has to
good.
really eat for me. Yeah, unless it's really good.
Yeah, unless it's
Exactly.
really good.
Like the new Phoenix outfit, not a fan of it in the X
Oh,
Men
that's
annual.
oh, I love it.
I like her green.
I mean, it's the
Like
same
I like
thing.
the
It's
green outfit. I don't like that like gold cosmic outfit.
but I think I love it because it reminds me of Donna Troy's outfit. I
Oh,
love
let
Donna
Mm.
Donna
Troy's
Troy
old
have it.
outfit. True, but honestly, I do like
That's her
this little new
fit.
iteration. It
Yeah,
is her fit though.
it's
That's
only a
real.
matter of time till those teams team up though, because you know
I'm
that in
waiting
like
for
a
that.
week or two, Superman teams up with Spider Man. We get a special Superman Spider Man team up
They need
book.
to stop playing and just like do like the big like do a big like event. If they just
I mean,
stop DC
they
and Marvel,
will.
stop playing. You want this money. Stop like you want me to give you my money. So like just do another DC versus Marvel and I will give you everything that you want. Like
I think they're
I'll
gearing
spend
up
money
for it, by
for
the
it.
way, because they did do a hint in either, I think it was like
Yeah.
in Doomsday Clock, maybe, or maybe it was some Avengers book where they hinted at these two
Another
worlds.
universe, right? Another universe being there. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I saw that. I hope that I hope they have the balls to do it. Just like
I'm just saying we're bound to get a Teen
there.
Titans X-Men crossover book.
We need it.
Like,
I still have the original one when they first like teamed up
yeah.
when Jean Grey and Raven called each other sisters. I love
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like, ugh, do we really need it? It's like,
it.
let's not be greedy.
We need it. I'm greedy.
As long as they're just for fun, I'm cool. Like, I'm cool with it. You know, it's just for fun, exploring new story ideas. Cool.
hmm
But like, we know that they're different universes, but you
Like,
know,
read a fan fiction if you want that.
Like
but
I want there to be a big arc. I want there to be an arc. I need them to have like if it's going to
You
be a
can
part
draw
of
it
the event.
yourself. You can do it yourself.
It's not enough.
all right. So we are out of time. I think we got through everything on our list. So thank you guys so much
Yes.
for coming on the show, taking time out of your Thursday or early Friday morning for Deanna to be here on this. Before we get going though, Aaron, where can we find you? What do you got coming up? Anything you want to plug?
So nothing coming up, but always catch me on Instagram and TikTok. My TikTok is Kinkerco at Kinkercoa, and my Instagram is the real Kinkercoa. Wait,
The
the
King Krakoa.
Kinkercoa. Thank you, Jesus Christ, I forgot my name. But yeah, but maybe a name change in the future. We'll see. Well, yeah, we'll let you guys know. But yeah.
Okay. All right. Deanna, what about you?
You can find me on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube as Deanna.Kinney on TikTok without the dot. And I want to plug, let's take long walks outside. Let's listen to new songs. The sun is out, okay? I feel alive.
We'll take walks and go outside. when you come here for San Diego Comic-Con, you know? So
True.
we'll have that to look forward to. If you're into comic book conventions, WonderCon is coming up in Anaheim at the end of March. I will be hosting 2 panels at WonderCon. I can't say exactly what or when, but you'll see me hosting and producing one and then hosting somebody else's panel for another. But it's going to be a good time.
Nice.
So if anyone's in in Anaheim at the end of March 27th, 28th, 29th, you know, come out and you'll see some fun stuff. I love WonderCon, so you know, and then San Diego Comic-Con's at the end of July. So there's that. For anyone out there who is watching us live, you're watching us on youtube.com/The Keeg Show, or maybe you're listening to the podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, etc. Wherever you're watching us, like, comment, subscribe, follow, write a review. Let us know you're out there. If you're on Spotify and you can go through every single Spotify episode and write a comment, great. Awesome. Help out the show. Patreon.com/The Keeg Show is another way you could help out the show. We got some Patreon exclusive content there and more to come. So if you want to give back to the show, help us out. Patreon.com/The Keeg Show.
Show that love.
If you are on social media, you can follow us on TikTok and Instagram. Those are our 2 biggest social media platforms at The Keeg Show. We're also on like Threads and Blue Sky and all that stuff, Facebook, whatever. At The Keeg Show /The Keeg Show, wherever you can find The Keeg, that's where we're at. Comic Talk is just one of the many shows we do. It's the most consistent. It's the most stable. It's every Thursday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, right? But we got other shows, and we're definitely going to be ramping things up again real soon. So, you know, stay tuned for all of that. Go to comicshoplocator.com. Find a comic shop near you, support your local comic shops, and support your local public libraries. That's also a big thing. We're all about community here. Community of people who are liking comics, loving comics, sharing comics, that whole thing. So we have our community here where we're loving comics together, but there's also a community outside your door physically. So, you know, go to your local public library, go to your local comic shop, and, you know, extend your community past your doors and, you know, with the things that you love, with other people that love those same things. Were you guys going to say we're all in this together?
I was literally going to say it. I was trying not
Fine,
to.
so I'll at the end of
this.
this episode, I'll let you say it as we log off.
Yay!
Thank you to everybody out there. Thank you everybody
loves
here,
us,
Aaron and
Deanna.
Deanna. Thank you to the Banana Bad. Thank you to Ashwan231 Comics. Thank you to everybody out there watching and or listening. Once again, I am your host, Dimithri Perera, and this has been Comic Talk for the week of March 5th, 2026. Aaron?
And remember, guys, we're all in this together.
Woo!
Super strong or super fast. Gotta beat the